Hello and welcome to the Brutal Iron Gym podcast, where our goal is to cut through the BS and deliver the brutal truth about topics related to health and happiness. Today's podcast number 1601. The topic is mindset and the title is CBD and THC supplement benefits. So we have a member board in 2023. We just started doing this now. Surprised I didn't do it before. But we have a member board in our gym, and members are welcome to write on like index cards any questions they have, and we'll answer them in the podcast. And then on the index card, we let them know, what podcast number their questions answer. Now, you can always email us, brutalirongym@gmail.com. And we'll answer any question you want for free, totally for free. That's a service of the podcast. Thank you to those who donate to support the podcast. We can actually do this. If you want to donate, you can do so on our website, www.brutalirongym.com. But sometimes it's just easier. Like a member has a thought in their brain. They just write on the note card and put it up on the board. You can always just text me or email me. If you want to text the business, it's 412-303-8663. I don't know if I'm about to get spammed and crushed from doing that, but if you want to, you can text us as well. But just reach out. Anytime you have a question, if you think of something, just reach out. You can also find me, like our email, like I said, is brutalirongym@gmail.com. I'm on WhatsApp. I use that for all my international clients, so you can reach out to me on that as well. Just always available, always here, always happy to help. So the question that the person asked was pros and cons of THC. So I wanted to discuss that. We're going to talk about THC and CBD together because they're both contained within cannabis. So cannabis, which is like weed, marijuana, it has definitely, like I grew up with thinking that stuff would make you basically like you use cocaine. Not cocaine. Good Lord. You use marijuana, and it was referred to as the highway drug because it would lead to you doing cocaine and things like that. So that's what we were told when we were younger. But now with all the laws and stuff kind of loosening, more people, I think like 2/3 of Americans or something like that at this point have access to like legal marijuana. And then I don't know what the percentage is for like recreational use, but it is increasing. There's more and more states kind of loosening their laws on marijuana, weed, and like the same thing, but like marijuana and like cannabis type supplements and ways in which you can get THC and CBD. So what are they? Well, they're components within marijuana. THC has a really long name. I don't even know if I can pronounce it correctly because I never say it out loud. Tetrahydrocannabinol. There you go. And then CBD, again, one of the things you never actually say out loud is cannabidiol. So those are like the long sciencey names. It's like saying lats. Like your lats are actually latissimus dorsi. Your traps is actually your trapezius. No one says those things, but it's fun to hear them. It's fun to know what they are. So THC and CBD are in marijuana. Now, THC is often shows up in drug tests. So companies will sometimes separate the two, and they'll offer like a CBD product that is THC free. But it's interesting because they're actually they're two of one. They're two parts of one whole service, like one benefit. So THC is more related to the impact, like it has a greater impact, significant direct impact on like mind altering effects. So pain reduction and mood control. That's what THC can do. Now, sometimes though, if you take too much THC, it can actually increase anxiety. So it's weird in the sense that no THC obviously offers no benefit to anxiety control. However, too much THC can actually increase anxiety. So we talked about actually in a recent podcast, I think it was 1598. It was like, are you overtraining? And we talked about rhabdo and this experience that Mark Bell had. If you don't know who he is, you'll listen to podcast 1598 and learn. But it was a misunderstanding of low blood sugar versus high blood sugar. They actually have the same symptoms. Kind of creepy. So you don't know, am I actually low blood sugar or do I have too much blood sugar? Ooh. So it's very similar. So THC and CBD have like an interesting connection in the sense that if you you take too much, if you have too much THC, the anxiety provoking effect that can have is suppressed by CBD. So THC and CBD being together actually kind of helps. It helps make the benefit of the THC better because it negates some of the negative aspect of having too much THC. So they actually work really well together. So if you get a CBD product that is THC free, you're going to get a less overall effect. So you might need much higher doses since the THC isn't in there. And if you get drug tested, then you have no choice. You have to make sure you control your THC so you don't get lit up. But if you don't get drug tested, then you can get supplements and whatnot that have both CBD and THC included. Now, the idea of that is the member, I'm assuming they're wanting to know pros and cons. Is like pros are like, what are the benefits of it? And typically the cons are, is this addictive? So when you get into these type of supplements, people worry that it's addictive. The benefits, the overall benefits of CBD and THC is it can reduce stress and pain. And it can kind of level out your emotions. Those things just make you have a better daytime experience. And that often leads to better sleep. So the better sleep is like a secondary effect by reducing stress and pain and leveling your emotions. So you have a great daytime experience, and then you have a better sleep quality, and then you have an overall better quality of life. So if somebody's struggling with pain, physical pain around joints, whatever, muscles and whatnot, THC and CBD kind of product combined, that can absolutely help. If you have high stress, they like CBD, THC, cannabis type supplements can help. If you have sleep issues, again, they can help. And then also a weird side benefit is if you struggle with appetite, you're not hungry enough. These can actually help as well. So sometimes, if somebody's struggling to do bodybuilding and they're really struggling to put on weight, they can use cannabis supplements to kind of help increase their hunger. If somebody's coming out of, anorexia, like a severe case of undereating, they probably have some degree of a very addictive personality, so it has to be a little controlled here. But it can help boost their hunger as well. So if you struggle with pain and nothing seems to be working, cannabis supplements can help. If you struggle with stress, cannabis supplements can help. Sleep issues, they can help. And struggle with appetite, they can help. Now the question then is well, I'm going to get these benefits, but is it addictive? They've done a lot of studies, a lot of research, and some of it's newish because there is more current usage, so the studies and everything kind of lead to the fact that yes, it can be addictive, but it's not much more addictive than anything else, in the sense that the reason why it's mostly addictive is because of the beneficial effect. People they can become partially or, to some degree chemically addicted. But overwhelming the majority of addiction is actually due to the fact that this benefits, therefore I always want to take it. And when I don't take it, I'm going to have a crappy day, or I'm afraid I'm going to have a crappy day, so therefore I always take it, and it feels almost like an addiction, like you're nervous not to take it. So it's more so because of the beneficial effect that it can feel mostly addictive rather than the actual chemical-based addiction. Now, there's a lot more that has to flesh out with studies and whatnot, just like any other supplement and any other prescription that is similar to controlling pain, stress, sleep issues, and appetite. What's interesting is cannabis supplements have been shown in studies and stuff, and we're still learning things, but they've been shown to have lower significance of side effects. So the side effects of cannabis supplements aren't as severe as what some of the side effects are for prescription medications that are for the same issues: pain, stress, sleep, appetite. So it is something that people can use if they're struggling or trying to find ways to manage pain, stress, and sleep. Now, you would want to do a lot of other things first. Pain, if you're lifting weights and you're struggling with pain in your joints, your program might suck. So I would try a couple different types of programs. I would, reach out to somebody, get some personalization to your programming. If you're following like a mass-produced program, you might have individual aspects that are making it not fit you. So getting some one-on-one coaching can help, or just switching up your program, trying a different program, that can help. You want to try those kind of things before you would take a supplement. Try to address pain with things that aren't medication-based or supplement-based. Try to, when you're having pain, maybe your technique is crap. Get some help with your technique. Get some help with your programming. If you have a lot of stress, there's a million things you can do for stress management before you would just take drugs and then keep doing everything you're already doing. So we have a really good podcast, and of course I'm biased because I made it, but we have a stress management podcast that I believe will be helpful, and every client I have listened to it, they all say it is helpful. But it's podcast 1023. It's a mindset podcast titled Stress Management, Options and Priorities. I actually just went through 2 weeks ago with a client, and we mapped out their whole life of what are causing them stress, what things are causing them stress, and how can they modify it and change it and better control it. We even talked about the number of times they pick up a phone. They have an iPhone, so it actually tells you how many text messages you get. So they were spending on average over 10 hours a week answering text messages. And we're like, ooh, we got to bring that down. If you're getting notifications all day, you're picking up your phone 300, 400, 500, 600 times a day, and you'd be surprised how often you pick up your phone. You got to reduce that kind of stuff. So you got to work on that first. And sleep issues. We have a podcast for sleep, creating a healthier sleep pattern. So again, I would suggest you listen to that podcast first. It's podcast 1149. You can find all of our podcasts on our website, www.brutalirongym.com. Now, if you're struggling with those things, you're doing a lot, but you can't seem to find that next little benefit, that next little edge, then yes, cannabis supplements can help. I do have more, I have clients, a couple clients who have found that a THC CBD compound from Sana Botanicals. It's SANA, then Botanicals, BOTANICALS. So Sana, I don't even know how to pronounce it, SANA. But they use a product called Restore, and it's with THC. And they offer one without it, but I would use the THC if you're going to use it. But if you don't get drug tested. And they say that helps reduce what they call work brain, is like turning your mind off so you can go to bed. Now, all this it's up to you if you want to try it. I have clients who we do a lot of other things that work really well. But if you're trying a lot of things, you haven't tried, this, it could be something you could try. So Sana Botanicals, and it's a product named Restore. They don't pay me for anything. So I'm just telling you because clients use it and they find success with it. And then some clients, if they're struggling with joint pain, they'll, and it's mostly like arthritis based, and we've already corrected their nutrition. We actually have free nutrition advice for how to manage arthritis on our website. So if you go to our website, brutalirongym.com, and then under the free nutrition education page, like that page, there's a free document you can view and print about nutrition advice to reduce inflammation, stiffness, and pain related to arthritis. It tells you all that for free, totally for free. We also have one for cholesterol, one for diabetes, and we have a create your own nutrition program step-by-step guide on the website as well. All that's free. So you can check that out. But if they're having like joint pain, maybe we're pushing, high volume, getting ready for a competition. I have a couple clients that use a CBD type product for joints. It's like an oil. They just rub. It's like a Quan Long oil variation, like something like that, where you would just rub the oil on your joints, go work out, and you actually feel a little better than you thought you would, that kind of thing. But those are two ways in which clients use CBD/THC type supplements, and they tend to work really well. We do a lot of things around those supplements. Like I said, we work on stress management. We know the programming set a certain way. We eat to mitigate some arthritis. Maybe they just have some genetical issues, and that's a little extra thing that can help here and there. So if you're interested in CBD and THC supplements, hopefully this was some good background knowledge for you, and then you can go out there, kind of try what you want, learn what you want, but at least you got some good information here. If you have any additional questions, reach out. Our email is brutalirongym@gmail.com. If you ever just want to request your own topic, you can do that as well on anything. Anything that reaches me, you can ask me. But Hopefully this was helpful. Hopefully it was just a good little kind of introduction to that stuff. And again, if you want any more follow-up stuff, just shoot me an email at brutalirongym@gmail.com. Great. Well, if you like today's podcast, please share it. If you like our podcast in general, please share it. When you share it, let people know that we answer questions for free, totally for free, and that's the service of the podcast. Thank you to those who donate to support the service of the podcast so we can keep doing this every day and keep it for free. If you want to donate, you can do so on our website, www.brutalirongym.com. Even just $5 a month, it does help a lot. Thank you to everyone who does that. It is significant. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And then if you like the information we share in our podcast, you can find more from us on our social media channels. On Instagram, I post pretty much every day. YouTube, a lot. So find us and follow us under the name Brutal Iron Gym. As always, I hope this was helpful, and thank you for listening.